we're going to do a towing test today, show you what you can do with Lightning and extended range Lightning on a test that looks like it's going to be pretty light trailer and pretty light load. We're going to be pulling this little 12-foot trailer with a little bit of a gate. It's supposed to be no wind today. It's supposed to be about 70 degrees, about 55 right now, so temp should be good for us to leave. So this trip we're taking is about 350 miles from southeast Kansas up to Moundridge, Kansas. So we're going to be pulling up there with the trailer not floated, and then when we get headed back, we'll be loaded with that lawnmower on the back. So won't be a big weight trip, but I wanted to kind of go over what can happen when you just want to tow a Lightning with a small trailer. It does have a little bit of like a 2.5 foot gate on that trailer, so that'll impact the range a little bit. But this will be a good test to see what the Lightning can do under normal conditions. It's currently 46 degrees outside, basically no wind today. We are not preconditioned on the battery. This trip will be a good test if you just need to jump in your truck and go somewhere. The truck's charged to 100%. It's anticipating right now 171 miles of range. We're going to stop at a Tesla supercharger up by Wichita, about 123 miles away. It's also good to note that we're going to be running Google EV routing maps today. Normally I don't run Google EV routing when I'm running a trip where I'm pulling a trailer. Google doesn't do a very good job of adjusting for the trailer. I've used it many times now. The only real navigation that does a good job of adjusting for your trailer, and then that's easy to use, whereas is the factory forward navigation. You can use a better route planner navigation, but it's very limited on through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay as to what you can change on the screen. It makes the user interface pretty difficult. See, here's the trip as it shows. It's 122 miles to the Tesla supercharger that we have entered. It says we're going to get there about 10 o'clock. Shows 44% on arrival right now, but that's going to drop considerably because we're not going to be getting near the range that the truck is anticipating right now, because Google's not updating that. So we'll see what we are when we get there and see what that delta looks like, and kind of give you an idea why Google EV routing doesn't update live. If you click on the little flag arrow, it actually shows you your stops. It took about 6 seconds to program this trip, so it's really fast and easy. That's the main reason why I use Google EV routing. We were able to type in our address that we're headed to and then add a Tesla supercharger along the way. It did want to suggest some other stops, but I edited those because I want to use Tesla. It just seems to be the most efficient and the cheapest. So we had a John Deere mower. I really liked that mower, but it was quite expensive and really only mowing 2.5 acres, so we didn't really need it. So we're going up to get a 2006 Walker. Yes, it's not battery electric, and that's really what I sold the Deere wanting to do, but to get a battery electric mower that'll mow consistently my 2.5 to 3 acres, it's going to take about $8,000 or $9,000 to get a battery electric mower that'll do that. And at that rate, really, the sound is not a huge impact to me because the blade speed is really what you're going to hear out of a gas versus a electric. I have to wear hearing protection either way, so why not just get another cheaper mower for now? I think in a few years we'll sell this Walker and go to a battery electric mower. I know the technology in battery tech and in the sizing of these mowers is coming up pretty fast. Even in the last year, Greenworks and Deere both make a really nice battery electric mower that's close. It says 3.5 acres on their website, but you're looking at a mower that's $9,000. Same equivalent size mower that mows about the same is about $4,000 for a gasoline. So the difference there will help pay for itself in fuel savings if you're mowing quite a bit, but not otherwise. So if I was a commercial mower and I wanted to buy a $20,000 mower, I would definitely look at the Stihl, the big Greenworks Pro. There's a couple, 3 out there for battery electric mowers currently. So maybe in a few years when that battery tech comes up, we'll look at those. But for today, we're going to go pick up this Walker. So far on our trip, we've only driven about 8 miles, but we're getting 1.1. So running 70 mile an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone. We usually run about 5 over. This trip will be a test for this truck because the gate on that trailer is pretty significant wind drag, even though it's not very tall. What I'm thinking is I'm probably not going to get any better mileage pulling this trailer than when we have our Can-Am Defender on the back. So far that's proven true, but we'll get there either way. I was kind of hoping to get 1.5 on the way up, but 48 degrees and the battery's right at 48 degrees because it's cold outside. That's pretty normal. You need to get up above 55 or 60 before you start seeing better mileage. So we will supercharge here in about an hour and a half, and that'll bring the battery temps up, and then we'll see what happens from there. It's our 15-mile check-in, so we're gonna give you an update on stats and kind of show you what the battery's doing and why this truck is getting the mileage that it's getting today. We've been driving about 15 miles. We're getting 1.1, running right at 70 miles an hour, still showing 152 miles of range. But if we come over here to our Android Auto car scanner app, you can see that the battery temp's warmed up to about 62, coolant's about 66, so it's doing pretty well on battery temp. We're getting 1.1 on the EV instant mile per kilowatt hour, and the battery power is pulling about 60 kilowatts right now. That's the reason why we are getting 1.1. The gate on that trailer plus the speed that we're running, that's exactly why. But I've said this many times, it's always better to go faster if you can make it to the charger. The charger will put that battery power back in way faster than you can pull it out. So we're pulling it out at 60. We can put it back in about 180 for the first 10 minutes and about 130 for the rest of the time. Unless you can skip a charger, go faster. We're getting really crappy mileage, getting 1.1. I had a 12-mile-an-hour tailwind after looking at the radar scope for wind and weather radar. So I went ahead and changed some things up here. So this gate was sticking basically straight up at this angle. So I went ahead and changed it. I let the gate down. I think I want to make some brackets that allow this gate to be held positioned, some short ones. So we laid it down. We do have some edge protectors between here and here, here and here. We've got it strapped down. So as you can see, that's quite a better angle. We're going to give this a shot and see if that makes a difference on, you know, if it is just the gate that was causing that or if it was actually something else. Okay, doing another check-in. It's been another 20 miles since we adjusted the gate on the trailer, and wow, what a difference this is making. So we've picked up about 30% of additional efficiency loss because of that gate. I haven't changed anything, still running 70 miles an hour. We are running at 1.4, and it's been bouncing between 1.4 and 1.5 over the last 20 miles. So what a difference that makes not having that wind. Moral of the story with this is that wind is your enemy, not weight. And so from now on, when we go, we're gonna have that gate laid down on any trailer. Do another quick 20-mile check-in. So we've been 40 miles since we had the gate down, and now it's up to 1.5 mile per kilowatt hour. Outside temperature is 46 degrees. We've got a 12-mile-an-hour crosswind, so wind's not a huge factor, but the truck's doing about 30% better, so this is impressive. The cabin's about 65 degrees in here. It's not super warm, but not cold. I don't have the heat running today. Just wearing a jacket, running the heated seat. I'm not cold. I'm not one of those guys that will turn the heat off in 30-degree weather just to stay warm. To hell with that. I'm going to put on a coat, or I'm going to turn on the heat, not put on a coat. But today it's not bad. So if I get cold, I'll turn the heat on. Otherwise, we're going to keep on trucking. We've got another 63 miles to go to get to the charger. We'll check in at the halfway point, which should be about 60 miles, and then we'll check in when we get to the charger. We're halfway to our charger. It's been 62 miles roughly. Truck's doing 1.4 mile per kilowatt hour. That's about right, what you would normally see towing a trailer. It cuts you in half, just like it would on a gas truck. If we had as much of a battery size comparable to a 26 to 36 gallon tank of fuel on an F-150, this would be easy. So that's kind of the reason why we're working on an in-bed generator to be able to tow and charge at the same time. So more to come on that, future video coming. We're working on that now, but for now, 1.4. We'll check in with you at the charger, see how this charge session goes. I know that recently the Lightnings have received a update from Ford to even out the charge curve, should speed the charging rate up. Haven't had a chance to try it lately after a long road trip. Okay, we made it to the Tesla supercharger. Made it here with 130 miles traveled, got 1.4 mile per kilowatt hour. That's about normal at these speeds. We're running 70. Had some 55 mile an hour in there, had some 80 mile in there on this little bit of a turnpike. So 70 is a pretty good average. So I think that's pretty good. Just shows you what the Lightning can do. We're gonna do a little video on the difference between the Ford co-developed Electron adapter and the newest Typhoon A to Z. So this test is going to be with the Typhoon A to Z adapter, and then we'll come back to this charger in about, I think it's 100 miles, and we'll do another test with the Ford Electron co-developed adapter and see if there's any differences. Okay, so this is the Typhoon A to Z adapter. This adapter is pretty ergonomic. All you have to do is push one button, it releases everything. So this is actually my favorite one. Okay, so that charge stop is complete. We did that in right at 30 minutes. So I think it was like, I'll have to post it on here, but 20% to 80% in 30 minutes. So really a pretty fast charge. Seen about 183 peak speeds on this A to Z charger. So we're gonna hit the road, do another 100 miles, come back to the same charger, same deal, and use the Electron /Ford charger and see what we get there. So far charge speeds are right exactly what the update said it should do. It held 160 for like up to like 50 to 60%, somewhere in there. I'll post the charge curve here in the video. So we made it to our destination. That was 190 miles, 1.4 mile per kilowatt hour. We left the Tesla supercharger with 80%, right here with 48. We'll probably get back there with about 18 to 20, charge back up and head home. So we're gonna pick up this lawnmower, get it strapped down. I'll show you a couple of quick pictures of it because everybody cares about an old used lawnmower, right? 2006 Walker. It's a 62-inch deck, 27 horse fuel injected. Yes, it's not electric, but wasn't really the right time for us to go electric with the mower that we wanted versus what the costs were. The electric mowers now that do 5 to 10 acres are, you know, to really get up there, it's 15 to 20 grand. Greenworks makes one that, like I said earlier, that does 5 acres for 7 grand, but I didn't want to spend 7 grand this time. We're gonna wait till the lithium battery tech comes up a little more and we get maybe some solid state in the batteries in a couple of years, and we'll go from there. But anyway, that's the setup. We're gonna get on the road, see if we can get better than 1.4 going home. We're able to leave the gate lowered after we put the mower on, so if the mower doesn't give us any resistance and as far as wind, we shouldn't see too much impact. Okay, so we made it back to the Tesla supercharger. We went 58.4 miles on that run. Started with around 40-some%, I don't remember. We did 1.3 mile per kilowatt hour. We have 11% battery right now. We ran about 75 to 80 on that run. Truck was doing pretty good. I knew we were gonna make it, so we just put the hammer down, and on interstate we're at 75 to 80 mile an hour speed limit anyway. So we're gonna do the test now of the Ford adapter, record that charge curve and compare that back to the A to Z. Guys, so we did that when 10 to 90%. It took an hour and 5 minutes. It really dropped off at like 40 or 50%, down to like 105. And this was a struggle, this one was a struggle. I don't know that it was because of the Ford adapter. I think the truck and the Tesla today just weren't playing along on this second charge. The first charge was wonderful, 30 minutes, 27 to 80%. This one was not as fast. So take this out. You can't just do this one. You got to do that one first, and then I'm even going to have to let this down to pull that one out. So you have to push this one and this one at the same time. So the ergonomics of the Ford adapter versus the A to Z is just not quite as good in my opinion. I'm not saying the adapter quality is any different, but I prefer the A to Z. So they're both good. They both get good charging performance. They're both very, very safe, so I wouldn't worry about that. But anyway, we got another 119 miles to go. We're at 90%. We should get home with about 10% unless the wind really picks up. So here's our wind. It's blowing 16 to 17 miles straight out east. We're gonna be driving straight this way, straight into that. So if you zoom out, they're supposed to have some sort of like a cyclone bomb going on in Oklahoma today. So we'll look at that. Yeah, see that circle? It's kind of centered just west of us. Wind's doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So we're gonna be driving straight through it, and as you zoom in, it starts circling back around from the east. Now it shows it right around the Enid area. So Friday's winds are supposed to be 40 mile an hour sustained up to 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts. So we decided to go get this mower today rather than fight those winds on Friday, because who knows what kind of efficiency, if we would even been able to make it. So okay, so we made it back after a long trip. Today was let's see here, what's the GPS say? 369 miles. We got 1.4 overall on the whole trip, so it was a really good trip. About an 8-hour trip total with all the charging and what I left the truck on while I was there for 30 minutes. So I think kind of proves what the Lightning can do. We ended up having 2 charges totaling about an hour and 45 minutes for 370 miles. So when we get our in-bed charging generator done, that should have cut that down to no charges. Hopefully we'll be able to charge towing at this rate with the generator only. So That'll be in an upcoming video for those of you who are curious and interested. So just keep your eye on Martin Rebuilds. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope this was good, informative, and we will see you on the next one.